Alright. Okay. Let's do this.
This is our first.
Hold on. Okay. Now we're recording on the podcast, and we're recording right there.
Well, hello. This is our first podcast. I'm Amanda Jones.
I'm Chris. I'm her husband. So our podcast is called That's Nice, Who Cares? Because quite frankly, we both have very big mouths, and we just don't give a shit, and we'll tell it like it is, and we really aren't concerned about people's feelings if we feel what we're telling is the truth. So forgive that noise. We have 2 dogs, and they are walking around with us while we're doing this in our dining room. So we got a couple of topics that we can get to today. First thing is, the impeachment of Donald Trump, President of the United States, failed miserably. So if I'll look up the actual. You'll look it up.
Yeah.
You'll look up the results. It was essentially, it was the first one was 52-48, Article 1, and the only Republican that voted for conviction was Mitt Romney. And then the second article, it was straight down party lines. It was 53-47, I believe, and Mitt Romney actually voted against conviction. So he's changed his mind on the second article of impeachment. So he joined his party. Here's what I think is going on. I honestly think the Democrats, they may have convinced themselves that the president has done something illegal and should be removed from office, but I really don't think that's what is going on here, because they actually discussed impeachment even before he took office. You know, in November 2016, when he won the election, they discussed impeachment and to find a way for him to be removed before he even got to the White House. So I think what's going on is they are so upset and they are so flabbergasted by losing the election, because they basically convinced themselves and guaranteed that Hillary Clinton was going to win. Well, she did. She got her ass whooped. So that's what I think is going on, because they got so used to being in power for 8 years under President Obama that they didn't think that they could ever lose. And that's what's going on. That's my opinion.
Well, the Democrats spent $40 million on the impeachment alone.
Yeah.
All that money could have been put towards the debt.
Yeah, that could have been put towards the debt. That could have been put towards fixing Flint, Michigan's water crisis. It could have been put towards education, the roads, infrastructure. It could have been put to a lot of things. And granted, the government does spend a lot of money on stupid shit. We're not gonna lie there. I mean, they're not exactly the most frugal people in the world, but they spent over $40 million, and that's just the impeachment. They spent tens of millions on the Russia probe and in the Mueller investigation, which turned out nothing.
Yeah, so that's...
Mueller came out and said there's no evidence of him doing anything wrong. We couldn't, and of course the Democrats were saying, oh, just because he couldn't find anything doesn't mean he didn't do it. It's like, well, if he did do it and he did do something wrong, 2+ years of investigations, I'm pretty sure Mueller would have found something. Unless you're now all of a sudden, you're changing your minds from he is the golden boy, he's going to be the savior of the country, to an incompetent buffoon.
Well, I'm just flabbergasted, because if you think about it, that's taxpaying dollars. That's our money spent on bullshit. Total bullshit.
Or a little bit so you can get more into the shot. Here's what I think is going to happen. Is they're going to continue with the hunt to remove President Trump, or, soil his name. And yes, there are things that he says and does that he does that himself. I mean, I don't agree with everything the guy says. I don't agree with everything he does. And this is me. I agree. I don't agree with all of his policies. Those are some of the things that I wouldn't say, me myself. but he's still the president. I still give him the respect that his office requires. There's a lot of things that he has done that I agree with because it has helped me, and it has helped our family. It has helped a lot of people that we know. It's benefited more people that I know than not benefited. So, I mean, dude's going to do a good job. I mean, I really haven't put a whole lot of money into my savings account for retirement, but it's nearly doubled since he's been in office from the time that I stopped putting into it. So obviously, the economy is doing well. The stock market is doing like better than it ever has before. The tax cuts actually allowed us to get supplemental dental insurance for our kids, you know, because they got cavities and all kinds of shit that, you know, kids get. We benefited from his presidency.
I'm sure a lot of people have. They want a minute.
Right. Well, granted, you and I are just 2 of 300 million people that can vote, or 200 million, whatever the number is. Who cares? So there it is. Do I think he's going to win re-election? Yes.
I hope.
Unless something completely out of nowhere comes out that, and without a shadow of a doubt, clear-cut evidence that he has done something wrong, or the Democrats come away with the best opponent that they can, and the people that are in the running now are not that, he's going to get reelected, and he's going to actually win by a larger margin than he did when he went against Hillary Clinton. Yes, she got the popular vote, but granted, New York City has more registered voters than the states of North Dakota, South Dakota, Oklahoma, and Wyoming combined. Think about that. That's why the Electoral College exists. And that's probably going to be another topic for another episode, but he's going to win re-election, more than likely. He is going to win by a big margin. As of right now, Bernie Sanders is the front runner for the Democratic...
Socialists, don't know why.
Yes, he's a socialist.
Don't know why.
Well, that's a whole other topic as well. He's the front runner for the Democratic Party to get the general nomination. Of course, they wanted their guy for this cycle, Joe Biden, to get it, but he came in 4th place in the Iowa caucus, which is a total disaster in and of its own. So clearly, he does not resonate with voters. Yes, Iowa is a small section of a bigger picture. It's 1 out of 50 states, but it's the first step. Next is New Hampshire. He's not looking good there either. I mean, predictions are he's not going to finish better than 3rd, which means, if my memory serves me correct, I don't believe any Democratic primary candidate has ever gotten the general nomination without winning one or both of those states in the caucuses or primaries. So if he loses both of those states, history says that he's not going to be the nominee. Yeah. Which is fine with me. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not even a Republican. I don't care. I don't like the guy. I don't agree with basically 99% of his policies. But, I mean, what are you going to do? That's my phone. I'll get it in a second. So, that's my take on it. What do you think?
Well, if it's Bernie Sanders, he might croak before it even gets started.
We don't wish ill upon that. We don't wish ill upon him. He did have a heart attack. He did have a heart attack.
He's like 80-something, right?
He's like, yeah.
He's 80-something. He's a socialist.
He recently had heart problems. I hope he doesn't. I don't wish
ill. Well, of course
ill.
not. Of course we don't. But I'm just being realistic. A man might croak.
Who knows? Well, his health may not be up to, standard when it comes to, the campaign trail and everything. Because you got to remember, he had a very long and tiring campaign against Hillary Clinton for the primaries back in 2016. Then he went back to the Senate as the senator of Vermont, and now he's going up in the primary series with the Democratic, and if he gets the nomination, then he's going to have to go for several months going against President Trump.
Sorry.
Really, dogs? Go up against President Trump. in the general election. Hold on, you know what? Next episode, we're gonna make sure the dogs go out. Yeah. We're gonna take a pause real quick, and we'll be right back after this. What's that right there? I tell you.
Shut up! Damn dog. Don't put that in there. Who's that calling? Alright, we're live.
Hold on, wrong button. There we go. Okay.
Part 2.
Yeah, alright, part 2. So, sorry about that. By the way, the phone call was a telemarketer trying to offer me money of like a 4% interest on a loan for a business, and, you know, not that kind of business. So, where were we? Bernie Sanders. So, he will likely get the nomination.
You don't think Buttigieg will?
No, I don't think so, because yes, Iowa likes him. Yes, some of the smaller states like him, but I don't think he's viable in much larger states. California may have a high turnout for him, maybe New York, but places like, thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just be careful. Places like Texas, South Carolina, Florida, all the way up the middle of the country, you know, the heartland, all those places. No, I don't think he's capable of or viable of taking enough of the delegates to make the nomination.
What about Michael Bloomberg? He
Bloomberg?
Yeah, him. Yeah, he came out of nowhere.
He's just another typical rich white billionaire old dude that has a company, has a very successful business. He's very successful. He was a successful politician in New York, but he didn't go to any of the debates. He's just he's buying his way into the election. And I don't think, especially the younger voters, if that's going to sit well at all, because he's basically a blue version of Donald Trump.
That's true.
Okay, he's old, he's white, he's rich. He bought his way in. And with the social movement of the younger population in this country, that doesn't sit well. Even though they kind of ignore that Bernie Sanders is also an old, white, rich person.
Well, that's because he wants to pay their student loans.
Yeah, well, he wants to give free stuff, but they fail to realize that because even just hypothetical, he gets the presidency, okay, and he's made all these outlandish promises. You know, free health care for all, which is not going to happen, by the way. Free college tuition for everybody, which is also not going to happen. It's unrealistic. And he's going to cancel all student debt, and he's going to do all these other things, and, you know, guaranteed minimum wage, and, you know, living, and blah 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 blah. First of all, the executive powers does not have the authority to, like, with a swipe of a pen, do all that. Basically, all of those promises have to go through Congress, and they're not going to approve it. There are probably 50 or 60 Democrats easily that are going to vote against it because it's not beneficial to them or their constituents, right? Mm-hmm. So what are they going to do? Basically, nothing. They're not going to do anything. Mm-hmm. And he's not going to be successful, and none of his promises, his big promises, are going to be fulfilled. So if by some miracle he does get the presidency, he'll be a one-term president, and they're going to elect a Republican the next time by a ridiculous margin, I would suspect. So, and yes, it's just me talking. It's me, my big old mouth. I do not have a degree in political science. I don't have, you know, I'm not a politician myself. You know, I don't have a history degree or whatever. I have a communications degree, well, a few of them. And, you know, I started a podcast so I can just talk shit. But, I mean, I do pay attention. I do listen to, you know, talk radio. I read all the various news sources. I watch all the major news organizations, and they're all liars, okay?
Oh, wait, you talking about Fox too?
Fox News even has some commentary, not hard news. And the difference is, commentary is they basically spin their opinion within the events. So what things that are happening in the world, they provide their opinion within the news cycle. So, and they kind of tend to put it on as fact. They are not the ones who do it the most. MSNBC, I think, is the worst of it all. I mean, there was a segment on a guy's show that I'm not going to give his name out there because I don't want to give him any recognition. But the headline basically was, Trump is guilty but acquitted. No, that's not actually how that works. No. That's not how the legal system works. You are either guilty or not guilty. If you are acquitted, therefore, by law, you are not guilty. So, that's where the commentary and like his pundit bullshit comes in. CNN, very similar. They're also basically the people who run CNN and MSNBC and places like that fund the Democratic Party. The CEOs and the owners and all that other stuff, they're donors to the Democratic committees and all that stuff, and they really tried very, very hard to support Hillary Clinton and push every negative narrative that they could about the president before the election, during the election, after the election, during this entire presidency, and they're basically going to eat it come November. There's a reason why their ratings are in the toilet, because every single time they had these bombshell revelations about the president, it has come out to be wrong, false. That's why no one trusts them, so they're just basically assuming, even if they have undeniable proof, President Trump, this is hypothetical. They have undeniable video proof that Trump kicked a puppy, okay? No, and it's a talking dog, and the dog said, Trump kicked me, whatever, right?
You don't have proof for that prostitute.
No, even if they have that proof, CNN can come out with a big story and broadcast the video footage on air. You know what people are going to say is somehow they doctored it because they have been wrong too many damn times, and it's going to be, like, they can't, no one can believe them except the die-hard leftists who think everything Trump does is wrong. I mean, for crying out loud, CNN had an entire segment of one of their shows about Trump eating 2 scoops of ice cream versus his staff only had 1. And they're talking about how he has health problems and that's wrong for the president to have 2 scoops of ice cream and how unfair he is because the other people only got 1, and it's like how selfish he is and blah, 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 blah. It's fucking ice cream, man. Come on. Are you serious? You wasted 15 minutes of your news time on ice cream and the president. Seriously. And by the way, there's still combat going on in Iraq and Afghanistan and other places, places that I've been in my military career, places that my friends are right now, places that you need to have focus on. There are people starving and dying in the streets of the United States. Okay, we have 50,000 homeless veterans out there. That could be something that your 15 minutes could have been used on. But no, you talked about Trump and his ice cream because you hate the guy so much you want to find any way you can to put him in a bad light.
They're not working for the American people.
No, they're working for the Democratic Party. And so I went on a tirade. What were you were getting ready to say something a second ago.
I don't know.
Okay.
About Nancy and tearing up the paper, that document?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
And how they're trying to charge her now?
Well, yeah, that's possible that they're going to try to censure her or have some kind of repercussions for doing that, because you're not supposed to, legal, illegal, whatever. It was wrong. It was childish. It was disrespectful, and I don't care if you think the president deserves respect or not. All presidents deserve respect, okay? Because he's the president.
Hello.
Doesn't matter if you like the guy or not, you respect the office that he holds, or she holds one day. That said, you do not on national or even world television rip up a speech at the end in front of all of Congress.
Well, hold on. It says right here, I guess Scopes.com fact checks was Nancy.
Snopes?
Yes, Snopes. Was Nancy Pelosi fined $40,000 for destruction of government property? Huh.
Well, click on it, read it, and see what it says. It probably is false, but
She was fined $40,000 for destruction of government property.
no way.
Yeah, February 5th.
Well, scroll up. Let me make sure. Let me read this. Breaking news. Well, maybe not breaking because it's happened the other day. Was Nancy Pelosi fined $40,000 for destruction of government property? A routine review of content labeled satire, Snopes staff, published 6 February. Claim was that, okay, the claim was she was fined $40,000.
Okay.
Let me see, scroll down. I was not factual, recounting real life events. The originated by a website described as humorous and satirical. So that was basically, it was satire. So basically it was just a joke, essentially. So she wasn't actually fined. However, Representative Matt Gaetz filed an ethics complaint alleging that Pelosi did violate 18 U.S. Code 2071, Section 2071. A number of legal experts, including Harvard Law professor Lawrence Tribe and Georgetown Law professor Jonathan Turley, have refuted this claim, apparently. Regardless, the claim that Pelosi was fined representing of this document is false and originated with a satire website. So,
oh
well, we got a little ahead of ourselves.
Oh, I got excited.
Not nice. Oh well. But I did see, I can't remember his name right now, but there was a one or two Democrats that did come out and say, yeah, Speaker Pelosi, you shouldn't have done that. It was wrong. Because it's a bad look. Now the world saw, like, really, you're going to talk about the Trump's behavior and all these horrible things that him and his cabinet and all these other people do, and then you rip up a government document on live television? Like, seriously? And then you're like, oh, I ripped up his sheet full of lies. No, there really wasn't, full of lies. A lot of the stuff he did say was true. The stock market is doing better than it really ever has.
He said
It's booming, and it's actually gone. It has broken records consistently throughout his entire presidency. Black unemployment is lowest of all time. Women unemployment is close to the lowest of all time, if not the lowest. More people are off food stamps than ever before. Less people are getting government assistance and supporting themselves. People are doing well. The economy is doing well.
They don't want to admit it, though.
No, they don't, because
there was Obama that they all thrown it and talking about it, but Trump,
Well, here's my theory on it. I do believe that the Democratic Party wants people to be reliant on the government.
No, of course. That's how it's based on.
Government programs, they rely on people to think that they can't support themselves.
It's a cycle.
So that is a problem. And now that people realize that, yes, they can do it themselves. Here, let me move over. You're still not really in the... There you go, honey. They can do it themselves. They are able to do it themselves. Even if you don't have a job that pays $90,000 a year, you can still make a decent living in this economy. That's just the reality. Overall unemployment is astronomically low. It is incredibly low. And the funny thing about it is people said Trump will collapse the economy and everything will be destroyed, and it'll be the worst recession since the 20s or whatever if Trump gets in office. 5 minutes after he gets there, he's going to destroy everything. Well, the exact opposite has happened. Okay? Even the other day I read an article, I believe it was actually even the Washington Post, if I'm not mistaken, that the national deficit has gone down like close to 1.5% or 2%, which may not sound like a lot, but when you have a deficit that's in the multi-trillions of dollars, that is a big deal. And it's partly because of the trade agreement with China, the agreement between U.S., Canada, and Mexico. That's really good. We have killed several top terrorist leaders in the last few months. So
well, hold on. You know, when Obama was president, he was the president who spent the most out of every president we've ever had. I think honestly, he jacked that up.
well,
I really do. I believe that he is part of the problem for that deficit.
well, yeah, a lot of presidents since Clinton added to the deficit.
I'm talking about Obama.
Yeah, well, for 8 years he did spend
He
the
was
most
terrible.
money. But well, we can go on about this forever. But truly, that we're going to see what happens, and we're going to keep a close eye on it, and we're going to continue to discuss this over the next several weeks and months. And we're even planning on doing a podcast episode on election night, and we're going to discuss things as they happen. So look forward to that. That's a few months away. But
More than a few months.
yeah,
away.
it's
Wait a minute. What month are we?
we're in February, so that's
March, April.
9 months away. So
yeah,
we got
we got
plenty.
a while. But don't worry, we're gonna post
Yeah.
another one before then.
Yeah, we're gonna post hopefully about 100 before that. It all depends on if you like what we have to say.
And I don't know when we can. But I want to set up phone calls. I don't know how we do that. Maybe for the future.
We can try to do that.
Maybe people can ask us questions or give their 2 cents.
Give it
'Cause
their opinions.
here's the thing, Democrat, Independent, Republican, everyone's got 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Just throw it in the chit chat.
Right, we would like to do that. We like to take requests for topics that you want us to discuss.
Oh, that too. They can do that on the YouTube though.
Yeah.
They can, when you watch the video, add that in the comment below.
Yeah, well, when you watch the video, we have a podcast channel that that the audio part is going to go
Yeah,
on.
we're doing both.
So we're doing both. So we'll see what happens, and yeah, it's going to be great. So we're going to switch topics from politics and everything else, and we're going to talk about some other stuff. So,
Okay.
what is on that beautiful little mod of yours?
Oh, the Barbie dolls. So they are making a gender-neutral Barbie doll.
How's that work?
I guess it's having a half and half down there. I have no clue. I don't know, but it's gender neutral, so it's not a female or a male. It's well, I don't know what you call it. What do you call those, aliens?
No, they're not aliens, honey. No.
If y'all don't know me, I'm just sometimes just full of crap. But anyway, no, it's is it albino? No, albino is a skin color, right?
Albino is the lack of pigmentation in your skin.
That's a skin color, yes. Oh my gosh.
No, you're talking about. You mean a transgender? No.
Yes.
Or gender neutral. So.
Gender neutral.
Oh, non-binary.
Non-binary.
Okay.
That's what the damn Barbie doll is going to be.
All right.
So I don't know. I actually might want to buy one and open it up and do a video and see what kind of damn private part it has.
Well, it doesn't have anything. If
Well,
you,
what the fuck
if
does
you
it
remember,
have?
if you
It's gotta go to the
remember,
bathroom.
honey, if you remember, and keep it down. You don't want to overmodulate the mic. If you remember the old Barbie dolls, and my sister had several,
Okay.
and I'm sure you had
I
some.
had a lot.
Yeah. You remember the Ken doll looked like he had underwear with a small little bulge or whatever,
Yes.
which was anatomically probably completely ridiculous.
Okay.
And I'm guessing the female Barbie dolls didn't have a vagina, right? They didn't have.
It looked like I call it a pizza.
Okay, so it
A triangle look.
yeah, it looked like a triangle. So fine.
Maybe this will have a rectangle?
No. Very funny. No, it's probably not going to have anything there. It's probably just going to be like.
Well, hold up. Think about this. If the Ken doll had a small wiener with britches on, and the Barbie doll had a pizza-looking thing like the underwear triangle. So hold up. So technically, there's no difference besides the Ken doll with his little sacks.
Well,
That's the only.
here's the thing. I don't disagree with having a gender neutral.
What? Are you serious?
Hold on, let me finish.
I'm gonna throw up.
Woman, let me finish. I don't disagree with it. However, in Barbie dolls or other things, unless it's used as an educational tool for older students, that's fine. But when it comes to a 3 and 4-year-old playing with a Barbie doll that's gender neutral, I think that's.
Here's the deal. I think you're
Irresponsible,
totally
at least
wrong.
at that age.
Hold on, you're totally wrong. Because if you have a gender-neutral Barbie doll, why in the hell are you having a Barbie doll at 15, 16 years old? They shouldn't have to be showing you the rectangle private parts. Hold up, let me finish. I'm getting a little heated. and the sex education or whatever. That makes no damn sense. Okay, you know they're targeting these young children because public schools are primarily Democratic. Hello, I'm just saying. So everything's gender neutral. I was born this way, all that bullshit. That's what I'm saying. So no offense to you, but I think that's bullshit.
Well, let me finish.
I'm trying
When I say it's educational, I don't think talking about gender and this and that and all these differences with a small child makes any sense, because I don't think they're mature enough or capable to understand exactly what's going on. That's what I said. What I said was I don't agree with the Barbie doll having a gender neutral.
But you said education purposes.
I said a doll, like a separate doll. I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Well, you need to make that clearly, because I think people are going to get confused.
I did say that. I did say a regular doll for educational for older kids.
Hold up. When you say regular, do you mean a vagina and penis doll?
No, not a vagina and penis doll.
So then you need to say that you agree with it. So let's not bullcrap here.
I didn't.
You do or you don't.
No, I don't agree with Barbie promoting a gender neutral doll to small children. Okay, but they're a company, they're their own corporation, they can do what they want.
You're going to be in the doll counselor.
Honey, what did I just say? I said I do not agree with Barbie promoting a gender neutral doll to small children.
But you said for education purposes.
Not for small children, they are too young for that.
We're done with small kids, we're up to preteen or teenagers. So you agree with that? That's my point, and you're not giving me a direct answer.
A 17-year-old? I mean, why not? Because gender neutral people do exist.
That I understand, but why do they need a Barbie doll for that?
Maybe it's a sensitive way to do it. Again, you keep going back to the Barbie doll.
Well, that's what it is. It's Mattel, honey.
Okay, but I'm not talking about Barbie. I'm talking about in general, like a regular, like some kind of educational doll. Again, listen to what I'm saying. I said I do not agree. I do not agree with Barbie doing this.
But they shouldn't even be doing it when they're older for educational purposes. If you remember correctly, you know, when you're born, honey, you have a wiener or you have a hoo-ha. So, just this is how I feel.
Well, that's not always 100% true.
Okay,
now, let's be medically fair here.
Okay, medically fair. Some people are born with both, or have more of an X chromosome or whatever. I know what you're getting to.
Yes, I served in the military with somebody like that.
Okay, that's nice. So let's just get to basics, either male or female. So you tell me you believe in all that, born this way, they change themselves when they're older because of this.
That's a totally different topic. I didn't say anything like that. You are totally, see, now you're acting like a Democrat, twisting my words around.
No, I am questioning you because you don't make no dang sense.
No, what I said.
You don't give me a direct answer.
Yes, we're going to see what the comments said about that, because guess what?
I get so irritated.
This is going to go online, and people are going to hopefully
let it go online. They're going to hear you, and they're going to go, what the hell is this man saying? Because you're so indirect, it's retarded.
No, I'm not indirect. I'm saying.
Oh my God.
You didn't listen to what I said because
I heard you.
Honey, you are so passionate about this topic that you basically, when I started talking, because it wasn't, yes, honey, I agree with 100%.
Hello, we've been married how long?
No, just because I did not say that to you, you didn't hear anything I had to say. Okay. And that's not really fair.
Well, we're husband and wife, so this is just how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. I know that's how it works.
It's not fair.
So,
like the couch tonight.
Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, you're going to love that couch.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely love the couch. So, let's move on from the...
Okay, well, you asked me what else was on my mind.
What else is on your mind?
The couch. You're sleeping on the couch.
I'm not. How about this? We'll let the audience decide if we actually get one.
Is he sleeping in the dog house?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Because he's getting on my last nerve.
No, okay. Well, here's what. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Are you going to ask me what else?
Well, we're running short on time for this episode.
No, we're not running short on time, honey. Look at the time.
Yeah, but this is part 2.
Okay, well, part 2, does it have to be an hour?
No.
Okay, well, hold on. What do you want? You want to ask me something else?
No, well, how about you...
Oh, do you want me to ask you? I'm afraid to, because you go on and on.
Wow.
Okay, what did you think about Walmart today?
Oh my God, Walmart. I normally love the store.
I hate it.
Walmart.
I hate it.
Okay, you can basically get almost anything you want at the Walmart. Okay. Customer service.
Just remember.
Besides customer service, in most places, I've had good and bad customer service at Walmart. I will say that. There have been times when I know for a fact they have something and the people are not, I don't know, they're lazy or what, but they don't help me find it.
Okay, well, how was today? That was my question.
Slow.
Very slow, wasn't it?
It was very slow. Well, part of it wasn't Walmart's fault. It was our insurance company dicking around and when it comes to paying for
My medication.
our medication.
For my migraine.
But when it came to checking out, it took 20 minutes
Oh my
for this,
God, the lady in
for this
front of
lady to check out one person. She didn't even have like 20, 25
You
items.
had them 10.
It was ridiculous. And then, but the funny thing was when she checked us out, it was boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes, she was done with our stuff.
Well,
We
because
had
I
more
took
things.
because the lady had her put everything in her cart. When they wheel the little thingy around for the bags, you take it and put it in your cart. That's the way it's a system. It's quick.
Well,
That's how
yeah,
you're
but
supposed to
I
do
mean, the woman who was in the wheelchair thing, she had her. I guess it was her daughter.
Her daughter. Nothing wrong with her daughter.
No, nothing wrong with her
Playing with her
daughter.
fingernails.
Yeah.
She was about what, maybe 17, 18, maybe
Yeah.
19.
So I mean, the daughter was there. She could have helped.
Pitiful.
And so what I'm saying is, Walmart was a pain in the ass today.
Big pain in the ass.
You know, which we shouldn't say too much because they may want to be a sponsor one day.
Okay, I love Walmart. I do apologize.
So
That's
it was
all.
just frustrating. It was frustrating. I went there on my lunch break, you know, because I telework today. So I ran up. It's right up the street.
Lunch break.
It was right up the street. So I went up there on my lunch break.
I thought it was gonna be quick.
Yeah, it was quick. So it was not quick. So yeah, there's that. So yeah. This has been a very interesting first episode. A little chaotic.
Chaotic? What do you
didn't-
mean chaotic?
Well, we had a little
Tip?
chatter.
Got a little tip. We had a tip.
But I mean, but at the same time, we had technical issues getting set up, and the dogs were going crazy. The dogs almost knocked over the camera with the bench. But I think all in all, for the first episode, I think it went pretty well. I hope you all like this. You know, provide us comments and feedback on what you want to see, what you want us to talk about, and everything. Now, we're going to hopefully in the future have guests on the show. Yeah, we have guests like friends and family or people from the local community, and hopefully maybe even
That's way down the line.
as we move along, other guests.
But let's keep
for
it
the
simple,
podcast.
honey. That's not for a while.
No, it's not
So
for
let's
a while.
just keep it
but
simple. But next episode, don't give me that look. Next episode, I would like to talk about the keto diet versus the Mediterranean diet
Okay.
and how much weight we lost.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we are on a journey to get back into shape and to lose some weight and stay healthy for our kids. You know, and for reasons that we'll discuss next time. So thank you very much for listening and watching, and we hope you enjoyed it. That's Nice Who Cares, and hopefully you do. And we will see you next time. Until then, I'm Chris.
And I'm Amanda. Trump 2020, baby.
Oh dear Lord, have a good one. Thank you.